Hello everyone, and welcome back to Everyday SO. So today I've been wondering recently, do you guys know what future cars are going to look like? Specifically future sports cars. I think I know what they're going to look like. I think I know really well. I think I know so well that I feel like one is sitting right beside me. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Everyday SO. Before we start, I'd like to thank Circle BMW for allowing us to review this beautiful car. Circle BMW is a family-owned and operated dealership who have been around for 36 years. With their excellent inventory and unbeatable services, Circle BMW is definitely a place all of you don't want to miss out on. Their website and social media links will all be down below in the description, so don't forget to check them out. Let's start with some general information about this car. This is a 2017 BMW i8 two-door, making it a coupe. It's also all-wheel drive, only part of the time, which we'll explain later. Has a passenger capacity of 4 and a curb weight of 3,400. It's also a hybrid. So guys, this is not just any ordinary i8. This i8 has the Protonic Frozen Black paint option. So it has a mixture of frozen gray, frozen black, just a glossy black. And BMW makes that paint color specifically for the i8. No other model has this color. We're gonna take a walk around the exterior to start. So let's take a look at this hood. Again, it has like a glossy black. It's like a metallic. We have the electric motor, which we will talk about later, is stored in the front here. We have the BMW badge right in front of the hood. We also have the black grille down here. It's got like this nice chrome surround. It's like a metal look insert in there. Looks really nice. We have the front camera right in there. It has front camera and side cameras and back rear view camera. Let's take a look at the front diffuser here. It's very aggressive look. It looks very, it goes with the futuristic theme of this car. And also the headlights, they're daytime, fully automatic, projector LED lights, and they're daytime running, like I said. We'll show you guys those later. They're very sharp and definitely go with the theme of this car. So as I stated before, the i8 is a hybrid, so it has electric and a gas motor. So here is your home charging station, port, whatever you want to call it, for the i8. This is an extra option. It is not included with the car, and so the plug plugs in right there, and then you could charge your car. So it looks very sleek, definitely goes with the futuristic theme of the car. We are on the side of the car here. I thought we'd start with the side mirrors. So they do kind of have an aggressive look, not really like the M side mirrors where they have a little pointy side to them. You do have your mirror. Like I said, there's cameras on all sides of the car right there. Also, you have a black window trim surrounding the windshield and the driver and passenger windows. Also, the i8 features a lot of aluminum panels, some composite panels. It just gives an overall very nice look to the car. So this would be the glossy black. You also have the frozen black on here. It's all a mixture that comes with the car, and especially so is on the side where you have some nice curves, and you also have air intakes on the bottom, which we'll take a look at next. Also, just wanted to state the glass is lightly tinted on the i8, so it gives it a nice look, goes with the frozen black edition. And next, let's talk about the aerodynamics of the car. Obviously, this car looks like it's from the future, and it's got all these different features. It has a little air intake literally built through the wing here, and it comes out to where the brake light is. So that's very cool, brings everything closer to the center of gravity. And let's take a look at the air intake that's below the car. There's also one below the car right down here. And that also helps with airflow. So yeah, now we're going to take a look at the back. Let's take a look at the back of the i8 here. I just want to point out this paint is it's like my iPhone. I had the jet black iPhone last year, and it really attracts the fingerprints and they stay. So that's just a side note. But also, let's start with the back here. You have your LED brake lights. Now, a cool feature with these brake lights is the harder you brake, the more the light shows up, the darker red it gets, depending on how hard you're braking. We also have the eDrive badge for the Eco mode, the BMW badge, your i8 badge. We also have a very, very aggressive rear diffuser. I know I say that a lot, but it just really flows with the car. You also have your rear view backup camera here. Also, again, this is a better look at the air intake that comes through the wing. And also your gas motor, which we'll talk about in a little bit, is stored in here. We don't have access to that, but we will be able to lift it back here and show you all around. So also the exhaust, something I forgot to mention, it's a single stainless steel exhaust. You can't see it, it's under the car, but when you're in eco mode, the car gives an artificial sound through the speakers due to it being in eco mode. The whole point is a hybrid, so it doesn't make any sound. So they produce sound instead, which sounds pretty cool as it is. And when it is in the gas motor, it still sounds good. Unfortunately, we won't be able to start it up in gas with the gas motor today, but check out any other video if you want to see that. But from what we heard today, it really sounded nice. So let's talk about the trunk and cargo space next. So let's take a look. It's in the back of the car still. You just push the button on the key, which I'll show later, and pull up. So you have this little flap here. It looks nice. You pull that up. You have your cargo space. You have a cargo net in the back there. You have cargo space lights in here to light up at night. You also have your floor mats, which go in the front for whoever purchases the car. And as I had said before, the gas motor is back here. And to access that, you need to lift to open these two little levers right there and push up. We obviously can't reach the actual motor, but it is in there, just to give you guys an idea so that you know. So overall, there's a decent amount of cubic feet in here. It's a futuristic, exotic sports car. It's not going to have a whole ton of space. So overall, it does have a really nice finish to it. Like I said, no detail left out. My overall thoughts on the exterior of the car, it definitely carves a path for a future market for cars like this. You know, they can improve, make more designs off of this car. Also, it's the only thing like it on the market. It has a very futuristic theme to it, and I loved it. Alrighty guys, so before we go into the interior, we want to talk about the electric mode and the gas mode the car has, since we can't exactly see the engine, and we also want to go over specs. So in electric mode, it's a front-wheel drive vehicle, and it has 129 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. It's a lithium-ion battery in the front. I think this one has 16 miles when fully charged. Also, when using a level 2 power charger, which is the one we showed you before, it can charge in under 2 hours. As I said, it's a lithium-ion traction battery. Now in gas mode, with the gas motor, you're looking at a turbocharged 3-cylinder 1.5 liter gas motor pulling 228 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. Now you might think those are kind of weak when separated, but when combined in sport mode, they produce 357 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque, and it goes 0 to 60 in about 3.8 seconds. It can fly. So a few other engine features. So as you know, BMW is starting to incorporate the auto start-stop feature, which is good at red lights. We'll show you that on the inside. The engine also has front and rear anti-roll bars, has an adaptive suspension, like sport mode, different modes, stuff like that. Also, for fuel economy wise, you're looking at an 11.1 gallon fuel tank. 29 miles to the gallon on both city and highway is average for this car, and full specs will be on the screen. So we're almost getting into the interior. Before we do that, I want to explain two things. One, I wanted to show you the key. So here's a 2017 i8 key. It's very big, it's very rotund, it's very futuristic like. You got your lock, unlock, trunk release, and your sound, your alarm there, your panic button. Looks very much out of a movie like Star Trek. Scotty, beam me up. Alrighty, so the second thing I wanted to get into before getting into the interior are the doors on here. And as you've seen already, they're no ordinary doors. They mimic exotic cars. They're scissor doors, like there's Lambo doors, butterfly doors. So let's take a look at that. There's no door handle to open it. There's a little button in there. If we could take a look, you pull it up and just push up. It's very lightweight, made of composite materials and aluminum. So it comes up just like that. It gives the car a very exotic feel. Now, these doors are very nice and exotic, as I said, but they do have a downside to them. When you're in a parking spot and you have two cars around you, it's very hard to open the doors. You have minimal space. Sometimes, like, you can't even get out. And I've read up about it, and it is a problem, but I wouldn't mind having these doors. Now, to get into the car, there's a trick. You have to sit down first, like this, and slide in, and then put your feet in. So right at the door here, we have the Protonic Frozen Black Edition inscripted here on the driver well. It's very nice, adds a nice touch of the car. So if you didn't know, you're in the Protonic Frozen Black Edition. Now you know. So let's take a look at these seats here. You have very nice looking, it has like this yellow stitching incorporated with it. It has a hard cover on the back, a nice chrome panel here for the seat belt. And these seats are 6-way, 6-power adjustable. So very nice. And floor mats do come with the car. We showed that in the trunk, so if you want to take a look at that, please rewind a bit. We also have a driver footrest, and the pedals also look nice with the car. So overall, the driver has a very nice, driver's side has a very nice feel to it. Like I said, no detail left out. We're finally in this beautiful futuristic interior. Now, I always do the front door, the driver's side door, and the passenger door from the outside, but I can't do that because there's scissor doors here to be up on an angle. So I thought we'd have the camera in the passenger seat to get a better angle. So here on the door we have your lock and unlock button. You have the button that you press to open the door. You would hold this, you'd press that and hold the handle and push up. Also right there on the top, I don't know if you guys can see, but that's the fail-safe button for the doors in case the car dies and you need to get out. Then you can push that and the door will come up. Also, you have this ambient blue lighting coming with throughout the car. Definitely goes with the blue, around the BMW badge and everything. This is obviously leather, and you have sport accent, the yellow color accent stitching there. Definitely a nice touch to the car. And down here, you have your main trunk release. You have your power windows. Obviously, there's only two. And then you have your power mirrors and your fuel cap release. We're going to start from the left of the steering wheel, as we do always. So we have our headlight controls right there. You have your automatic and everything over there to the left of the steering wheel. You also have your light dimmer right there. And you have the vent with the ambient lighting right on top of that. It has a chrome surround, like this metal look. And next, let's take a look at the steering wheel. It kind of has the same setup as the M3, where you got like the mode, your volume buttons, your voice commands, call history, and your cruise control over here, but it doesn't have the M1 and M2 like it had on the M3. We have a nice sport accent stitching, sport leather, very nice to the touch. You have this nice BMW badge here with the blue surrounding that. Has like a very nice feel to it. It has this like white overlap going around it too. And right behind those are your paddle shifters. Obviously, you can have it manually. You could shift manually, or you can have fully automatic mode. We have our blinkers behind the left paddle shifter. And we have our rain sensing windshield wipers behind the right paddle shifter. Alright, so the gauge cluster is not on now, but we will take a look at that in a minute. It's all electronic. It's a multi-function display system. You have a little overlap bar here with leather. Gives it a nice feel. You also have heads-up display, which we'll take a look at later. And you have some nice leather, and overall, you have the yellow accent stitching. Very nice interior trim. You have metal look, insert panels, the vents, even the vents look, futuristic in my opinion. You also have your LCD monitor screen here, the infotainment system. We'll take a look at that when we turn the car on. You have your hazards here, and again, you have your radio station settings right here. Right below that, you have your climate zones. Of course, the i8 has a dual climate zone here with your heated seats for both the driver and the passenger. So let's take a look at the center console here. You have your start-stop engine button. We'll turn that on in a minute. Below that you have your e-drive, which obviously turns on the electrical motor inside this vehicle. Traction control. And here you have your different modes like Eco Pro, Comfort, Sport. I believe it has 4 modes. The 4th one's not quite in my mind right now. And you also have your rear view camera, parking sensors, and parking assist. You have your gear shifter right here. Look below that, we have this metal look insert panel right here. We also have some storage in here, a 12-volt port, USB, and aux. Also has a nice leather feeling to it. Right here you have your infotainment touchpad. Even has the i8 embedded in right there. You have all your settings, menu, media, which we'll take a look at in a minute. Right here you have the yellow accent stitching going along, a cup holder, and the center console here, which is a decent amount of space. Heading towards the top of the car, we have our auto dimming, day, nighttime, rear view mirror. Above that, we have our reading lights. We have our BMW teleservices buttons right there. Right next to that, you have your vanity mirrors. They're also illuminated. So now we've moved over to the passenger side. And again, here you have the Protonic Frozen Black Edition inscripted onto the well here. You have the same type of adjustment levels for the seats. And same way to get into the back seats. You also have a little cargo net storage right here next to the passenger side seat. Here's your glove box. Also has like a carpety finish. There's like the M3 also illuminated. You got 2 vents right here for the passenger. Very nice little chrome metal look insert panel right there. And let's take a look at the passenger door from here. And you can see the Harman Kardon system. You have your lock, unlock button, and the same type of design as the driver's side. Alrighty guys, so let's move into the back, the rear seats of this car. To do that, you can either do it automatically with the 6-way power adjustment over there, or you can push this handle, which is right behind the headrest. You push that, pull it forward, and let's take a look back here. We have some net storage right there. Again, it has like a hard cover on the back here. Overall, very sporty, racy look to the seat. There is a minimal amount of cubic feet back here. Not everyone can possibly fit back here. We do have 2 cup holders right there, and one of the main speakers right in the middle. Harman Kardon does a great job with the speakers in this car. It is 360 watts, and there are 11 speakers throughout this car. So these are bucket seats. As you can tell, they're not like full seats, not adjustable or anything, but pretty nice. So we're inside the i8. Now it's time to show you all electronic features. So you put your foot on the brake and start it. And now the car is on. It is in eco mode, as you couldn't hear, anything, no exhaust, so it is in eco mode. Let's take a look at the electronic gauge cluster here. So it starts in comfort mode. You could switch it to sport and everything will turn to red. You have your speedometer on the right. And on the left, excuse me, and on the right you have, what mode it is in. It'll say comfort, and it gives all your e-drive, e-boost settings and how much charge you have and or need. On the bottom left, you have your miles per gallon and how much fuel you have left, your miles range, and how many miles the car has. And everything illuminates in here, the climate zones, so you could change all that, everything. Mostly everything is electronic. And let's take a look at the infotainment system here. So again, you have your standard infotainment system. It's got everything. It's got the navigation, the tracker settings, all your vehicle info, owner's manual, electronically uploaded. Very simple to use. Very, as I said, very simple to use. Average person can learn how to use this. Lots of settings, lots of things to play around with. You can customize a lot of things in this car. And if you push the start-stop button again, the gas motor will turn on. But right now the car is charging, so it turned off. But in other words, you would have to press it twice. Or if it's in gas mode, you'd have to press e-drive to bring it back into eco. So overall, this interior, very elegant, very luxurious. You can see the ambient lighting going around. Really feels like you're in the future. Alright, so before the end of this video, we're fortunate enough to have 2 people here that can tell us more about the car. I have my friend Anthony. How you doing? And Matt.
How are you?
So Matt actually owns the i8, and Anthony works here at Circle BMW. So we thought we'd ask them a couple of questions. So what do you guys think are the cool features about this car? Maybe some hidden Easter eggs, some things people should know about.
Want to Take it away, Anthony.
Start it up. What's your favorite?
Well, first of all, in my opinion, it's unlike any car that's on the road right now because it's just aerodynamically beautiful, handles the road well. It's got different personalities, comfort mode, sport mode, all electric mode. There's just nothing else quite like the i8 out there that matches this car. Everything about this car I absolutely love, and I can tell you that with 100% satisfaction.
Now, what's your overall thoughts about the car?
I think this is where all sports cars are going to go. All the supercars now, LaFerrari, the Porsche 918 Spider, all hybrid. Because on top of the gas motor, you also get the full boost of the electric, which is where all the speed and fuel economy is going to come from in the future.
Now, do you guys think this car, the design of this car, carves a path for future sports cars in terms of the design and just overall the way they engineer cars?
Absolutely. I mean, the aerodynamics on this car and the look on this car, nothing's like it on the road. So it's definitely an eye catcher, which people like.
And it's incredible on gas too. It's got a 10-gallon gas tank, so you can go to the gas station, fill it up with premium. It costs you $20 to $25 in premium gasoline. And when you're in sport mode, it automatically recharges the battery pretty quickly. So you technically don't even have to charge it if you don't want to, even though it comes with a charger. The car is just incredible.
All right, thank you very much, guys.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome, my pleasure. Nice to meet you.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out Circle BMW. Also, our social media links will be in the description. We'll catch you guys soon.